Hello again, guys. It's Zorlux here, and we're down here in our zombie farm, just getting a little bit of XP for my shovel here. I got fished out another mending book, and so I got mending on my shovel, and I got mending on my pick, and I have another mending pick here. So yeah, we're doing good with mending. Still don't have a guy to trade. I've been doing some breeding of the villagers, trying to get a librarian who will trade for mending, but I haven't gotten that far yet, so we'll have to see. Anyway, I'm just going to heal up this shovel a little bit more, and then we're going to hop into doing some cleanup around the island and some redstone work today. So, yeah, let me heal up the shovel a little bit, and we'll get right to that. Alright guys, so today's plan is we're going to be working on trying to finish up the item sorter here, and maybe if I get around to it, we can do this back wall too. But really what I want to focus on today is all this redstone back here. So yeah, there's only just the example of what we're going to be doing here. I don't think I have enough iron right now on hand. That iron farm is no iron titan, so it takes a while to get the iron that you need. But I should have enough hoppers here to be able to run to the top chests. So if you've never seen how this works, which maybe you haven't, but that's how that works. So the items will flow in the top, and then they'll fill up the chest from the bottom up. We may not have enough hoppers to be able to do all that, to be able to go all the way to the bottom on each one. So well, actually, it's not even a question. I know there's not enough. You need 2 stacks. I already did the math for that, so I only have half a stack, so that should be enough, I think, to do the top 3 around here. Maybe not quite enough. We may have to, craft up a little bit more, but I got some iron here and some wood, so we can craft those up. But yeah, I'm gonna do some of this redstone back here, and then once we start on the ice stream up at the top, I'll check in with you. All right, there you have it. Those nice, pretty lines of repeating redstone all along the side there, down this side over here. So yeah, now we need to put in some hoppers. So the first hopper needs to face into the back of these guys, like so, and then the other 2 need to face forward into the chest. And the ones at the top are going to be the ones that we put the sorting items in, where you kind of block it up like that, and you put in the item that you're trying to sort to pull out. Basically, if you do it like this, like say I'm trying to sort dirt, if you dumped a stack of items at this hopper right now, it would pretty much break the system because one of them would continue down the line and end up at the end in the junk pile. I think that's okay because the way that I'm planning on doing this over here is at some point over here, or maybe actually I think probably right here, I'm going to have the input to this whole system, and it's just going to be a dropper elevator. And with the dropper elevator, you're never going to get a stack of items picked up by the hopper because the items are just going to flow one at a time, boop, 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 up over there. And then, of course, the hopper, or not the hopper, the dropper can only shoot items at the same rate that the hoppers can process items, just kind of how the game works. So if that's the case, then when we have just one item like that, it'll never break the sorter. So we'll probably use something like cobblestone, and then the first item that we'll sort out is cobblestone. So yeah, if you took some cobblestone, you put it in here, you just filled this thing with cobblestone, you would then pull out any cobblestone that comes in here so that it would never end up coming along over to here and messing up any of these other spots, and then you can just throw cobblestone in there. Another thing that you can do is like wooden picks or something, items that can't stack, but then that kind of messes with how the math works back here for the comparator. So I just like to do the cobble and sort it out first. I've never really had a problem with that system. Anyways, I'm rambling on about how this works. I'm going to put in all these hoppers now. All right, there's those top hoppers. We still need 2 more hoppers per row of chests here on this side, and then on this side, of course, we're missing a bunch of hoppers. But I'm cooking up some more iron over there in that little furnace. Anyways, what we can do now, though, is we can put the ice up here. So I'm a little bit worried about using regular ice as opposed to packed ice because regular ice can obviously melt if there's too high of a light level next to it. I don't think that will be a problem because I'm not going to be putting any torches up here that I foresee. So yeah, this should be all right. I hope. Whoops. So yeah, the ice will be like this. We'll see. I probably should have waited, shouldn't I? See if this melts. I don't think it'll melt though, because I think a torch has to be within like 3 blocks of it. It's really close. Anyway, so yeah, you put the ice in like that, and then we'll just need to put some sort of block along here. Seeing as I have lots of spruce planks for some reason, I guess it'll be spruce planks. So yeah, you put in the wood like that. Whoops. And we get back up here. So yeah, we can put in our stream of water. Now I love how this outside perfect. I love how dirt works, not dirt. Haha. No, I love how ice works. When you have it and you punch it, it turns into a source block. So, you know, it's like portable buckets of water wherever you go. Let me put a block that I will know means something. Okay, so what did I just hit? Okay. So yeah, we're gonna need to actually, now that I think about this, figure out where we want to put the elevator in. So that's where the ice stream will start. So let me figure that out, and then we'll put in the rest of this ice stream. All right, there we go. And the rain's back, of course. So we got the little setup. I think that's where we'll put the dropper elevator. We'll see. We may have to move it one more block because I'm not exactly sure if, whoops. I'm not exactly sure if when the items pop out here, if this corner will be enough to align it. Also, we got to put cakes on this corner right here. Because cakes are what align the items to the edge so that they can ride along these little fences right here, like so. So let's give this a test. For now, we'll just put some cobble there. Oh, I do have a water bucket, but I don't want to use it. I want to use ice. So punch that, and there we go. So now if we, well, we'll never know if this corner is perfect till we get cakes. Let me go get the stuff to make cake, and I'll make the 2 cakes that need to go here. And now, after waiting for a chicken to lay me 2 eggs, I have 2 cakes. So let's put them in here. So we got the 1 cake and the 2 cake, and then we just do that. There we go. Let's see. Let's hop down below and put an item in there and see if it pops out. All right, here we go. So we got a piece of redstone in there, and it'll go up into the stream. Will it align and come out into that hopper? Because this one's powered, so it should just stay in that hopper. All right, here we go. Oh, yay! It shot it over in the room. Why did that happen? Does there have to be blocks around this? Uh-oh. Maybe this doesn't work like it used to. I thought you could do this. Hold on, guys. Where'd that piece of redstone go? Let's all just have a moment of silence. I never put another piece of redstone back in here. So yes, it does work. I tested it. And sure enough, it works. I had only put 1 piece of redstone in there, and then it shot out in the room, and then I just went and pressed the button again. Alrighty, continuing on here with the ice stream. So we put in a sign there, and another block of ice here. Break that. Uh-oh. I wonder if this will align properly. I guess we'll have to see, won't we? So if we put a sign on there. No, this won't work at all, will it? Because the water has to keep flowing. How do we want to solve this? Let me figure this out. Alright, well, we're going to give this a try. We're going to do a skip 3 here. And I would think that with the momentum that you get with the ice underneath there, that the items should be able to just slide right by there, no problem at all. And I did find out we were going to need the 2 cakes down here, so I had to get 2 more cakes crafted up. Not too bad, not too bad. So let's give this a try then. I guess the way we're going to have to do it to test it is actually put an item in here not lined up on the edge. And that made it through the gap, no problem. And it seems to have been picked up by this hopper. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So I guess we can say that that will work and put in the rest of the stuff in here to get the water running and get those hoppers sorting items down there. All right, let's give this a test on the first few here. So like I said, the first one's going to sort out cobblestone. And then I decided that I was going to do andesite and diorite and then granite, however you say those. So let's just spam click and get these to shoot out. Just gotta make sure these are working in this actual dropper, because if I go up there and spit them in, you know, that's not a proper test. Alright, that's all of them. So there's some items in this chest. That seems right. I'll explain in a second why that. Oh, it's hard to tell with that one. And we definitely got granite here, so granite goes there. This is supposed to be diorite, and this is supposed to be andesite. I was trying to do a thing where I could sort out multiple items in one slot, but it was taking too much time to try to figure that out. I just kind of thought of it on the spur of the moment, like I wonder if I could put all 3 of these blocks I don't use a lot into just one slot. And maybe there is a way to do that. I'll look around and try to figure that out, but for now that's just kind of how it's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sorting in. Oh, let me show you how this works actually. So what I have this set up as is the first one we're pulling out the granite. So it's 18 in the slot and then the rest of the junk. So we have the andesite that we're sorting out and the 3 cobble and then the 18 cobble. So yeah, that will just repeat down along the whole thing. I'm going to fill it in with other items. I got the item frames up here, so I'm going to just decide on what I'm going to put along the rest of here, and then we'll check back in. And there's the last hopper. All right, awesome. So we got all the hoppers in here, and we got all the redstone in here, and we got all the items in here that we're filtering out, the filter items basically. And then out front here, we got all the item frames holding them. So what I decided to do here, rather than making like the storage room keep wrapping around and do a floor for every item in Minecraft, which would be ridiculous, I went here with just kind of like the basic stuff. So we have cobble and stone and sandstone and all the woods in there, the planks and the logs. Glass, rather than all the colored glass, we'll just do regular glass, and we can throw colored glass in here if we need to. Iron, because I'd hope to have a lot of that. Redstone, you can never have too much of that. And I haven't figured out what I want to put here yet. We'll figure that out eventually. And then we got dirt. No, this is dirt, and this is grass, and then all the junk items. Whatever doesn't get filtered will end up down here. So basically the plan is we'll do that, and then if we need to expand it anymore, we can remove the junk item thing here and push it along this wall. So I think I'm going to work on a little bit of a design for the wall here. And but before we do any of like the designing on these walls back here and the ceiling and everything, let's get this dropper elevator going here. So if you haven't seen these dropper elevators before, you can do them really simply. I think it's 4 or 5 by 1 basically. So 4 or 5 blocks by 1 is what I mean. So yeah, let me grab this stuff to do that, and then we'll put in this little dropper elevator here so that we can start putting in the items that we have stored up in these chests here into the actual system. So let me get that. All right, so this design isn't my own, but it's a pretty handy design, I think, for having dropper elevators. So basically, you just need a comparator for the bottom here, just to read when anything gets into this dropper, and then you put a block behind it, and that goes into a torch, and then you got 2 blocks here, you got redstone there, that powers that, and then that's torch there, and then to keep that going up, you just put a block on top of this torch there, and a block there, and a torch here, here, block here, torch here. I'm not sure if that's gonna actually fire it. All right, there just had to be a small change here. I just need to add another dropper at the bottom, so basically lower the whole system by 1. That's just because of this ice block at the top here. There would need to be a torch kind of up there if we hadn't lowered this whole system down a little bit. So we have this dropper here at the bottom, a little bit lower now, and there's 2 hoppers that feed into it. So if we go up here, and we gotta put some blocks in to be able to get back out. If we put in some items, let's throw in some redstone. That will feed into our system, and we'll have to put up with the clicking, sure. But if we come over here, those are getting filtered out right in there. And so we can take a look up here at the top, put in a little ladder to look. There you can see the items. Now I didn't put the water all the way to the end. I don't know if I showed that, but that's just because these items will glide past there, no problem. There's the big gap of water or of air up there that we had earlier, and then we have this one here. There's really no need to have the stream, like covering every single block, just because they get so much momentum off this ice anyways that it doesn't really affect them. So I'm gonna go and throw a bunch of items in here, and then see if this whole thing sorts out all the items that it's supposed to. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, all the items have been sorted and everything seems to be working good. While that was going through there, I kind of worked a little bit on the ceiling, kind of keeping with the geometric, asymmetric design that we got going on there. And I hid some glowstone. There's some that you can see there. I hid some glowstone up there to kind of get some light coming down through in a nice little way. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but the new Optifine, the mod that I'm running here that gives me the little cheaty zoom thing like this, they added a new feature in the new release. You've probably seen it, but maybe not. It's dynamic lights. So if I hold this glowstone in my hand, you see that light pop up like that. You can run around with it. It works with flaming arrows too. Like if we run over here, flaming arrows give off light like that. It's really cool. It'd be great if that was in vanilla. But yeah, anyways, enough about that. So yeah, this is working. Never really got to the walls. I tried some stuff, didn't really like it. So we'll have to figure out something here in the future of how to do the walls. But we'll do that another time, guys, because that's all the time I have today. If you guys liked it, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.